today, or tonight rather, talk about time. Definitely something I feel like everyone struggles with, because it never really, you know, time doesn't really change. Like, it's always 24 hours in a day, right? But people's habits, people's careers, people's families, people's emotions, interests, you know, they all change, and it can be difficult to really manage certain aspects of your life, you know, if it's not congruent to what you were used to doing before. So, you know, a lot of people say schedule. You know, having a schedule is pretty good in my opinion. Personally, it's not what I use to manage time. I don't really have like a strict schedule. I don't really have like a, oh, you know, every morning I do X, Y, and Z. I mean, every morning I do like certain tasks, of course, but you know, at the end of the day, I'm not really planning everything I'm doing. I'm kind of just like, okay, you know, what do I have to do today? Let's get it done. You know, I want to do this to progress with this. I want to do that to, you know, improve my relationship with them. Or I want to learn this because I think it would be beneficial to, you know, whatever I'm doing over in Z quadrant. So my biggest thing, and this was you know, even going back with RuneScape, my biggest thing was time, is being as efficient as you can with time. You know, like with RuneScape, I'll give you a good example with a video game called RuneScape. So each skill, there's like multiple skills in this game, and each skill has like their own specific like training methods that are kind of like the best that everyone does, whether it's getting the best experience per hour, the best GP per hour, which is like the currency in the game, which is gold pieces, or a mix of both. And depending on what's like the best way to get, you know, get the currency in the game, or the best way to foster the experience in a given skill, you will pick according to like, you know, whether it's the best experience is the most efficient, or the path with the most money is the most efficient. Because what you do is, let's say the most efficient route is to get like the most currency. Well, you would juxtapose that one skill and its experience values with all the other skills, and how much all the other skills can make you per GP, you know, GP per hour, and etc, etc. And if it's more efficient for you to make gold from the skill while earning experience, then you're going to do it, because you can use that gold to then level up another skill. Thus, the whole efficiency, like min-maxing kind of, you know, crystal, you know, there's this stat tracker, can't make this up, it's called Crystal Meth Labs for RuneScape, CML, and it calculates this thing called EHP. What EHP is efficient hours played. So in RuneScape, obviously, you can, you know, with any MMORPG, you can play up to like 40,000 hours with one account. Easy, no problem, you know. But the thing is, how many of those 40,000 hours were efficient? That's what EHP is. The length of your account, how many hours you put in, it calculates based off of like the average time it takes other people to max. What's the most efficient XP route you're taking? You know, how many efficient hours are you playing with your XP? Are you playing the game for fun, or, you know, are you trying to be as efficient as possible? For a lot of people, and this is, I say a lot of people, it's actually a really small percentage of the community in RuneScape. They really enjoy having really high EHP. So even if they play for like, you know, let's say 2 hours, but in those 2 hours they get like you know, 2.3 EHP. So essentially they've gotten, you know, 0.33% more efficient hours out of those 2 hours, which by the way is extraordinarily good if you do the percentages. But you know, you kind of want to factor everything like with that into the game and try to be as efficient as possible. How you guys doing? Not much. And yeah, that's kind of my philosophy of time, really. I've taken it from multiple video games, not even just with RuneScape. You know, just you know, any game, if you want to be as efficient as possible, obviously you're going to take the most efficient routes, get the most experience, get the most gold, and then utilize your time as much as possible, because you don't want to waste your time bullshitting around when you could just level up, you know, one thing that you really hate really fast. That's kind of the whole like working out movement that, you know, everyone in their early 20s are into. Everyone's like, oh yeah, super into working out, this and that. And a lot of people have their own reasons for working out. You know, some people just want to have a nice body. Some people just want to, you know, look good, feel good. I think personally, the whole working out kind of complex is a really good example of what the EHP movement in RuneScape is. Everyone is just trying to maximize their time. Everyone's trying to, like, you know, grind. I need to get these 2 hours in for working out, or, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, if you look at other cultures too, like grind culture, you know, I think grinding, like, you know, grinding every day, everyone says, look at them at like 4, taking cold showers. I personally think that's pretty toxic. And, you know, it can relate to EHP as well. There's definitely some moments where getting EHP in RuneScape can be very toxic. Obviously, you know, I was a prime example of that, playing 16, 17 hours a day, you know. So, you know, with time, you know, you definitely want to maximize it, but you also need to have some room for leniency. Don't be too efficient, but also, you know, if you're not a very efficient person to begin with, I think you should strive to be the most efficient person as possible. And then, you know, wherever you crash and burn, just maintain that consistency and see where you go with it. So, my take on time. You should run with me, guys. I don't know if you guys like running at night, but I personally enjoy it because it's pretty hot. So, fair game.